Hello, folks. Welcome back to 2007. It is the last time we are bringing you a pay-per-view. There's probably one more S and me to go up. Probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'd probably be a recorded one. Although I need to correct you, this isn't a pay-per-view. This is a free internet streamed event.
Oh yeah, you're right. Of course, my bad.
A premier free internet streamed event.
Of course. Yeah, it's Survivor Series. The last of our big four for this year. It's kind of wild. We're like almost done 07.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Yeah, just really crazy. Just really crazy.
We gotta peep that some Survivor Series 2006 cards because I'm already seeing some kind of cool stuff there from last year.
Yeah, the leader retirement stuff. Has anyone seen the Big Show?
DMLS defeated Paul Heyman's New Breed.
Chavo beat Jeff Hardy for the Cruiserweight title. That's kind of heat.
Kennedy made Taker bleed after he had already bled himself. That cheat.
The WWE versus ECW.
Yeah.
Survivor Series match.
Bobby Lashley beat Orlando Jordan to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Batista finishes the story.
That he does. All right.
Well, it's been a year. What situation do we find ourselves here in San Jose, Tucker?
Yeah, do you want me to run it down a bit here before we jump into it, or?
I think we can do the matches as we get to them, but just as a general, where's the show at? What's the feeling around the company right now?
What's the feeling around the company right now?
I mean, what's changed? What's the big highlights since SummerSlam?
Well, Batista's the World Heavyweight Champion again.
Yep.
Roderick Strong is once again the Cruiserweight Champion.
That's true.
Ray and Chavo have fallen out. The WWE Championship is on Mr. Kennedy. The world's greatest tag team are back together as a unit. Hornswoggle is fighting for a title. Tori Wilson returned.
Yeah, true.
Jesus, there's a lot of stuff, actually. Dragon Nakamura exists now. You've maybe never even seen him before, YouTube audience. Who knows?
Fozzy is now our official music partner.
Yeah, we're officially partnered with Fozzy.
Because they've gone triple platinum, and Jericho is never coming back to wrestling.
Yeah, I'll say it on the video here because I think it's funny. It's funny stuff. Yeah, Puddy had been playing Fozzy in the background of the streams. Just these past two, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so on YouTube for the VODs or whatever, it got claimed, but the owner took no action. So yeah, we're cool with Fozzy now.
Yep. That's why the theme of today of Survivor Series is brought to you by Fozzy.
Hell yeah. Whichever Fozzy song. Anyone you want.
Or maybe even some Saliva songs. Who can tell the difference?
Who knows? Are we about ready to go, Puddy? We're in
I'm about ready to go.
I believe it's the SAP Center. It's not the SAP Center. It's the SAP Center at San Jose.
God, the economy's in the toilet, Tucker. How could it still be falling? How? Vote Obama.
True. Real. Save this country. Hope. Anyways. Yeah, we got the SAP Center here, where the Sharks play. No shark on this pay-per-view. Very sad now that I think about it.
We missed such a massive opportunity.
He should have posed with the mascot. God damn it. Oh well.
God damn.
It's okay. We'll throw it on the .com. It'll be pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll go to a local SeaWorld as well.
Yep.
As is tradition.
What's it called? WWE Access, isn't it? Is that their big convention before Mania?
Yes.
Yeah. Should we send it?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Let's do it. The world is watching.
The world is watching. November 2007. The world is watching. They're all tapped in.
They're ready for Survivor Series 2007, the main event of which is The Undertaker taking on Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship inside hell in a cell.
Hell yeah. Oh, I like that. I said hell yeah. That's funny. We've got all our comms here. Michael Cole and Ric Flair representing SmackDown. Joey Styles and Jerry Lawler representing Raw. They're going to obviously jump back and forth depending on who our participants are.
Well, tonight, folks, no matter what you say, no matter 15,000 miles of steel, there's only one thing that matters, and that's to beat a man. You got to beat the man. Woo! And neither of those men ever beat me.
Hell yeah. And yeah, we get right into Michael Cole and Ric Flair as the Cruiserweight Championship. He's going to kick us off. Roderick Strong is going to defend against Dragon Nakamura. Dragon Nakamura debuted maybe even only about a month ago now on SmackDown. Showed up and has pretty much been like a sensation. Like, I mean, he's putting in these ridiculous performances that our fans are absolutely eating up. Just a new guy
who's of a dragon.
Yeah, just a new guy who's really fucking awesome, and people like him. So Teddy Long, when he was still the general manager of SmackDown, made the decision to just sign him on, flat out.
And he's been an ally to Evan Bourne ever since in his fight against Roderick Strong and Millennium. But this past Friday night on SmackDown, Dragon Nakamura took on Evan Bourne in a number one contenders match. And you got to say, massive upset for Dragon Nakamura to pick up the win there. Because for all the world seemed like Evan Bourne was going to be the man to take on Roddy tonight. Because those two have fought twice before. On one occasion, Roderick beat Bourne, took the title off of him. On another occasion, during the number one contenders tournament at SNME Ultimate, Roddy actually lost to Evan. So we still haven't kind of seen the rubber match between those two. And we might never see the rubber match between those two if Dragon Nakamura can pick up the Cruiserweight title here tonight. So as much as you'd expect Roddy to be the favorite, you'd expect Evan Bourne to be the favorite on Friday. And Nakamura picked up the win. So you can never write this kid out off. This Dragon kid.
Nice.
Thanks.
And we're into it. Cruiserweight title. Let's do it. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So we get the usual affair of Roddy and his opponent wrestling a close match, and then his goons, Jack Evans and Tyson Kidd, get involved. But luckily, who is on hand to chase them off but Frankie Kazarian and Evan Bourne, who even the playing field and let us get that one-on-one match that we were looking for between these two exciting cruiserweight prospects. But Roderick Strong proves, as he always has, that even without those goons, he's a hell of a competitor and he gets the job done.
Hell yeah. And still. Ad for WrestleMania. We'll see you in Orlando. Our Raw commentators react to the Cruiserweights. They're pretty cool, I guess. But, you know, we've also got cool stuff. As Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas are on their way to the ring. It's the world's greatest tag team challenging Dolph Ziggler and Kenny Dykstra for the world tag team titles.
New Breed have been champs for a while now. This might be their toughest opponent.
Since June, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Shelton Benjamin went to Charlie Haas and basically just told him flat out, like, we gotta get back together. We gotta show these kids how it's done. Their own children within DMLS. And then also the New Breed guys.
A lot of children on Raw.
A lot of children. A lot of kids.
Yeah.
Can
these two veteran tag team wrestlers show the kids what excellence looks like?
They do.
They can.
And so for the first time since 2004, the world's greatest tag team hold the world tag team titles.
Rolling back the years, gold standard Shelton Benjamin adds another accolade to his long resume. arguably, I haven't done the stats here, Tucker, but possibly the most illustrious resume in the active WWE roster today, Shelton Benjamin. You know, we're talking United States champion, we're talking World Heavyweight champion, WWE Tag Team champion, World Tag Team champion, United States champion, Intercontinental champion. There is barely an accolade Shelton Benjamin hasn't won. He's completed pro wrestling, and he's still out there competing at the highest level. And we saw it again tonight.
Those two collect up their belts. Alicia Fox meets them in the ring. Manu also comes in. He was on the outside. He just was hanging out.
He's one of their young boys, in case he hasn't been on screen yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Maybe he hasn't. No. I think we uploaded an S and me with him on it where he showed up.
Yeah, probably him. I think it was these three actually that fought New Breed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Alicia Fox comes in and starts talking to the world's greatest tag team, and it's been 3 years since they held tag team gold. It's been 3 years since they were a tag team together. Gold doesn't rust. Maybe it does. Gold probably does rust, but that's not important.
You can shine it up again with hard work.
There you go.
I think Shelton's going to take the more like, we did it, we're the best, everybody got to take notice. We're the gold, I'm the gold standard. We set the standard. And then Charlie is going to take the more like, I want to give big respect to the New Breed, have a ton of respect for what they're doing and who they are. But ultimately, we're in this business to teach them lessons. And hopefully the New Breed learned a lot tonight.
Awesome. New World Tag Team Champions. We get a rundown of The Undertaker versus Batista.
Started at WrestleMania. Undertaker came out on top. Then they had a last man standing match on this enemy that ended in a draw when both men were unable to make the count of 10. And their most recent match was inside a steel cage where both men's feet hit the floor at the same time before Chavo Guerrero cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. So, huge match tonight.
Since then, The Undertaker's had his, I don't know what to call it. Ken Shamrock broke The Undertaker's leg.
Yeah.
And since that...
He didn't break his leg, because it's November, and that was in August. And
he's The Undertaker, okay? He's a wizard.
Okay. No, I'm with you. All right, no, I'm on board.
He's a wizard. You could break his leg, but he's still a wizard.
Broke his leg, and then, a bunch of spiders crawled on it, and now he's back. Yeah,
exactly. There you go. That's it. And simply put, Batista isn't scared this time. I mean, I don't think he was scared before, but maybe he was deep down. Not this time.
He admitted it, but not this time, yeah. Although, how much can you really believe that? Because, it's one thing to talk a big game, but it's another to stand in the ring when the Undertaker's bearing down on you.
I was going to say...
let's not forget, as big a game as Batista talks, he's never beaten the Undertaker.
There's also the fear of, the Undertaker as a supernatural force, but if you take that away, he's still like a 6'10", giant monster.
Best striker in professional wrestling.
Yes, the greatest pure striker in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Yep. Pure striker. That's all he does. He's never ever done moves, just punches.
No, that's not what it's saying. It's saying that, in that realm of striking, he is the best.
What's the pure?
Take it all else away. Well, that because that's the only thing you're judging it on is striking.
Oh, I see.
In terms of pure striking, he's the best in the game.
I see. That's later. That's much later. So, Kevin Nash is coming down to the ringside area. He's on commentary for, the United States Championship match as Doug Basham is going to defend against Hornswoggle.
What?
Kevin Nash, big fan of Hornswoggle, big fan of his work, has given Hornswoggle this opportunity. Maybe also just to fuck with Doug Basham, who might have the craziest ego anywhere in this company.
Yeah.
The American heavyweight champion, as he likes to call himself. We'll see if... Well, we'll see, I guess. We'll see.
We will see.
We will see.
Pure
Hornswoggle.
sports entertainment.
Yeah, Hornswoggle starts this off by actually having a little bit of fire. He like kicks Doug in the shin, and Doug's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Hornswoggle runs the ropes, maybe drop kicks him in the ass or something. He's running around and he's beating him until Doug eventually catches him and just starts laying into him, and he's just beating him and beating him.
But he's clearly doing some illegal strikes. The referee's doing nothing about him.
Yeah,
so he's like,
it's rough.
Referee, ref.
It's rough. Eventually, Finlay has to step in and end this match via DQ, because he's got to save his son, son, leprechaun,
heterosexual life partner.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Either way, Doug Basham is good.
Kevin Nash on comms is furious that Finlay has ruined this match.
Yeah. Doug Basham is gonna escape with his United States Championship, though. I mean, we were that close to a new champion. Coincidentally, that's also how tall Hornswoggle is. All right, moving on. Doug Basham kills Hornswoggle.
He almost kills Hornswoggle.
Almost did. We got the different shots of San Jose. We've got, I believe...
Beautiful San Jose.
I believe it is the men's Survivor Series match up next.
I think you're right. What a match that is.
That it is. So, Mr. Kennedy beat Randy Orton at...
No. Yes, he did, sir.
Yeah, at S&M Homecoming. To become...
By disqualification.
Yeah, so. Sure, whatever. He beat him. He beat Randy Orton. Randy Orton lost.
Yep.
To Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy's the WWE champion.
That he is. And he claims he's the face of Monday Night Raw. He's replaced John Cena. And he's claimed that all the way back since John Cena left. That he is the new John Cena is Mr. Kennedy. He's the WWE champ. He's the best in the world. And he's the face of the company. And... honestly, I'm surprised by how much the audience on Monday nights have been accepting that claim.
Mm-hmm. And so going into this, Survivor Series, Teddy Long, or I guess it was still under Coach. My Coach was still GM. But essentially, Raw has a Survivor Series, traditional Survivor Series, 5-10-man elimination.
And Teddy Long has made it no disqualification.
It's pretty based. We've got Team Orton versus Team Kennedy. Team Kennedy coming together as Triple H went to Mr. Kennedy and essentially said, "Hey, we both hate Randy Orton. Let's
we both have belts. We're both winners.
Yeah, let's just fuck him up." Yeah.
Kennedy's skeptical but accepted Triple H's offer of help. Triple H rallied the crowd, the troops.
Yep. Rounding out that team.
With a star-studded team of... Yeah, go
on. So we've got Mr. Kennedy, Triple H, R-Truth,
Mark Henry,
and...
Chris Masters.
Thank you. Yes, Chris Masters of Eminem.
Who has joined in order to get a closer look at Mark Henry on the behest of his friend, manager, son, Mike Mizanin.
There we go. And Team Orton wasn't going to be a team. Randy Orton has no friends. Nobody likes this guy.
No.
The only fortunate part for Randy Orton is that people also really hate Triple H. And so Triple H cut a big, long promo where he ended up insulting a whole bunch of the different members of the locker room, enough that they had agreed to join Randy Orton's cause, more so just to get their hands on these guys and hand them a loss. I believe it's Orton... Jeff Hardy,
Bobby Lashley, Elijah Burke, and William Regal.
There you go. Okay. Hell yeah. It's all Raw guys. Not an in-brand affair.
Biggest stars on Monday night, brawling it out for nothing but bragging rights.
Hell yeah.
Here tonight.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
These 10 men go to war.
Hell yeah, they do. All right. I don't know if this is totally laid out.
And I know the last three guys, but up until that, you can kind of go ham if you got ideas. Because there's a lot of stories we could tell with these 10 guys.
I think maybe the very first elimination is Lashley putting out R-Truth. Do you like that? Yeah?
Yeah.
So Lashley puts out Truth. Maybe we should then fire off again the other side. Maybe Mark Henry eliminates Regal.
Sure.
Triple H eliminates Jeff Hardy next. Elijah Burke can get Chris Masters out of there. We're down to 3-on-3.
Do you have any like interesting interactions between these guys as this is happening?
I mean, R-Truth's obviously pissed off at being eliminated by Lashley. There's a point where Mike Mizanin at ringside tries to get Chris Masters after he's eliminated to attack Mark Henry. Chris Masters is like, What? No, we're going to the back. It's off.
I like the idea that maybe Jeff Hardy flies from the top rope onto all of Eminem.
Yep.
At one point.
Yep, that's a good beat.
Maybe Regal and Masters can have a little, well, when they're both in a little segment where like Regal's like wrestling rings around Masters a little bit. Masters is getting a bit frustrated, and maybe he just like clotheslines Regal or something, and we get like a close up of Regal's face, like holy shit, that guy's strong. Or he tags out to Bobby Lashley or something.
Yep, I like it. I think then to get us to where we want to be for you, I think Bobby Lashley and Mark Henry both being absolute beasts, absolute tanks, both kind of take each other out. Maybe a double count out, like the two just they brawl. They're big men.
I suppose I did say no DQ and not no count out. Although in my head it was also no
fair
count
play.
out.
Fair play then.
Yeah.
How do we eliminate both of them?
I like the idea that Bobby just cleanly eliminates Henry. Just fucking like spears him. Like there's a back and forth, they're brawling, they're hitting big fists on each other, and eventually Bobby just gets the better of it, hits him with a spear, knocks him out. And it's 3-on-2. It was Bobby, Randy, who was the other guy you had left on that team?
Burke
versus Kennedy and Triple H. And it's at this point that Kennedy and Triple H's evil scheming comes into play, and they realize that they are an old school Southern tag team, and they'll work on one guy at a time in the corner and slowly grind Burke and Lashley out of the match.
Yep, leading us to Mr. Kennedy and Triple H versus Randy Orton.
For a good couple minutes, it's looking like what's the word? A sordid affair, a done deal almost. As you know, the heels have got complete control of this match, as they have had for like ages now, having eliminated Burke and Lashley. It looks like they're going to do the exact same to Randy Orton. And I like to think there's some sort of either miscommunication between the two of them, or like some sort of ego trip where like Kennedy, I don't know, maybe even like Triple H like breaks up a pin or something. He's like, no, I told you I'm gonna be the guy
Triple
that
H
finishes
wants to pin Randy Orton. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Kennedy's like, no, I'm feuding with him.
I've beaten Orton before, I'll do it again. And then they like shove each other and push each other, and then from behind Orton RKO's Triple H. It goes for the pin, and Kennedy's like, yeah, I'll just wait, I'll just watch this. I'll just watch. And then Triple H is out, and it's down to Kennedy, and it's down to Orton. And Kennedy's like, oh, that was a really bad idea. I'm fucked. And he tries to get away from Orton. But eventually Orton chases him down, hits him with a power slam, the DDT, hypes up the crowd, stalks, lays him weight, RKO, 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton, sole survivor again.
Perfect. Taz commentates a package for the number of contenders to the WWE Tag Team Championships, the Miracle Entente, the Milan Miracle, Santino Marella, the
Ultra Instinct Rene Dupree.
Oh yes, of course, Rene Sebastian Dupree. They're ready to take on Lundrick tonight.
rematch, of course. They had a match a couple weeks ago, ended in a double count out. Tonight there will be no double count out because it's a tornado tag team match.
Hell yeah. Yeah, anything else to cover for this? Not really. I mean,
I think so.
there was some singles matches on the TV. Santino got a big upset on Paul London.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we're into that right now, aren't we?
I think so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Right on.
And it's another draw again, as these two have a barn burner, absolute no breaks match. They just go hell to leather from the bell, trading spots, trading kind of neat tag team sequences, a mixture of obviously high spots from Lundrick and grapple spots from the Miracle Entente. And the finish is that Brian Kendrick has Santino in some sort of submission maneuver, and Rene Dupree has Paul London in some sort of submission maneuver, and at exactly the same time, they tap out. The referees hold on for a second. There's confusion in the building, but in the end, the match is ruled yet another draw.
London and Kendrick retain. We'll see you on SmackDown. Backstage, Trish Stratus checks in on Triple H after that match. Triple H is hurt. He's old. He's angry. He works with children. And Trish is just checking on him, trying to make sure he's all right. Some hand comes in, and he's like, "Trish, you gotta go. We're the women's title. It's like now."
Don't worry about me, Trish. You got this. And remember, if you're ever confused out there, just think, what would I do?
Hell
just
yeah.
a cheesy grin and a thumbs up.
It's Tori Wilson who's come back. She's accompanied by her
boyfriend.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Joey Mercury. As she's gonna.
They're also business partners. There's like a personal and a business relationship. There was an article in Forbes about them. Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Anyways.
What are you trying to say, Tucker?
No, I'm not saying nothing. Okay.
You just saying there's a pattern here?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. All right.
Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson, Women's Championship. Here we go.
Huge match.
Oh,
WrestleMania worthy.
Oh, but we got to sell the Rumble first, though. So we'll see you in January for that.
Yeah, remember when these two guys won it? Wasn't that cool? Who's going to win it this year? You'll have to tune in to find out.
Who is going to win it this year? Yeah, this does pretty well.
Yeah. The game had some ideas.
Yeah, the game just decided, no, I do what I want.
I'm coming. Triple H is not coming out there.
No, he's not.
No.
So yeah, these two go back and forth for a little while. Joey Mercury at some point tries to get involved to try to give Tori an upper hand. And Trish, the odds stacked against her. She's gonna go into a bag of tricks, if you will. I don't exactly know how she's cheating here, but
maybe it's Chekhov's turnbuckle. Tori will take off the turnbuckle pad, and then while the ref's back is turned dealing with something, Trish can throw Tori into it.
Yep, I love it. Joey Mercury distracts the ref, and then Trish reverses the Irish whip. Tori eats it.
She gets color because Tori's hardcore. Of course, Tori Wilson, hardcore icon.
Of course, yep.
And then roll up.
Trish Stratus
still.
She's retained. We've got Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero up next.
This is heartbreaking, Tucker.
Yeah, it's a friendship that has completely fallen apart. Chavo Guerrero has accused Rey Mysterio essentially of stealing his family name, stealing his family's legacy, their identity. So Rey Mysterio continuously talks about how he and Chavo are family. You know what I mean? They're brothers. I mean, I think Rey thinks about that about all his immediate friends here on SmackDown. Batista and Shark, I guess.
Even he mentioned Shawn Michaels a couple weeks ago.
He did even mention Shawn Michaels, that son of a bitch. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to say what's going through Chavo Guerrero's mind right now. I mean, think I think the constant reminder of everything that's kind of gone down over the past 2 years for Chavo, from
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious like real life big thing of losing his uncle to, I mean, losing in that main event at WrestleMania after the high of the Royal Rumble win, winning Money in the Bank, and winning the championship, only to lose it a couple months, or not even months, like a month later, to Ken Shamrock.
Months, I think. Yeah, it was like early September after May.
It's been
June.
it's been rough for Chavo.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Chavo would say that. I think Chavo would disagree. Chavo would say it's the best he's ever been. It's the high. He can see clearly now.
He's coping.
You know, he won the World Heavyweight Championship, and that showed him exactly who his real friends were. And it hurt him that wasn't Rey Mysterio. And he's sick and tired of guys like Rey making a living in this business off of guys like him. Because Chavo is the one with the talent. Chavo is the one who reached the mountaintop, not through handouts, not through gimmies, not through pity, not through generosity, but through his own damn hard work. Nobody gave him the opportunities he deserves. So he took them for himself and he reached the mountaintop. And what did Ray do? Was he celebratory? Was he grateful for being along for the ride? No, he criticized his methods. He's a snake in the grass. And it's about time Chavo Guerrero sorts out people like that.
So here we go. It's a friendship in tatters. Who's coming out with it? Based.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, these two. I mean, I assume we build a little bit throughout.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
it's a surprisingly, I think, heatless affair. I think there's a lot of like pride in this one. It's a lot less like we're gonna have a fight and more like I want to prove I'm better than you. I think there's a lot of just like, you know, clean sequences in here, and it's a little bit less sort of heated, like I said, than you would expect, especially on Chavo's end. And you get the sense that Chavo's not really wrestling to hurt Rey. Chavo's just trying to beat him.
Yeah,
and that makes it all the more shocking almost that Rey's able to pick up the win here.
Yeah, does Rey do a submission of any kind?
I don't remember one. I had some sort of crossface in mind.
Sure, that works. That's okay.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that.
A little nod to the SmackDown 6, I guess.
Yeah, Rey catches Chavo with a submission that Rey doesn't normally even do. Which, I mean, would definitely fucking throw you off. You know what I mean? Dude suddenly just pulls out. Like, what? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Yeah, Chavo can't get out of it. And he's got a fucking tap. I don't think this is over.
I don't think so either.
It should be. I mean, Rey beat him, right? Like, that's what Chavo
Clean
wanted.
as a whistle.
Yeah. I don't think Chavo Guerrero is going to be able to accept this.
Can we talk about, by the way, one of the most underrated superstars in the WWE, Rey Mysterio, got wins on his record against the likes of Batista, now Chavo Guerrero, beat Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Like, this guy's insane.
Yeah, Rey, low-key, I mean, not even low-key. I mean, Rey's just one of the greats.
Yep.
Record
Cruiserweight champion, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, there should be no shame in losing here, but yeah, we'll see on SmackDown.
Yep. SmackDown is the A show, by the way.
The two GMs come down to ringside. Here we go. It's another Survivor Series match. It's the Raw Women's Division against the SmackDown Women's Division.
The SmackDown Divas Division.
Real.
As Candice Michelle would call it.
Real. So all these two teams are composed mostly of people who are feuding with each other at the moment.
Yeah.
The Raw team kind of has been brought together by Jonathan Coachman when he was still GM. We're looking at Melina, Victoria, and Serena of the Revolution stable with Beth Phoenix and Mickie James on there as well. And just on this, on the go home SmackDown there, they staged an invasion of SmackDown and beat up all of the SmackDown women, forcing them to come together. Well, hopefully, forcing them to at least, take this somewhat seriously. They can't just be fighting amongst themselves. They've got matches to participate in. It's Nat Hart.
This is about brand warfare.
It's Nat Hart, Candice Michelle, Christy Hemme,
Shelly Martinez,
and Katie Lee. Yep. So yeah, who's got the better women's division? Who's got the more cohesive women's division? Maybe is the more important thing.
Can I mention how Teddy Long cannot lose this match?
True.
If Raw wins, then it's his current team, and if SmackDown wins, then it's the division he built. So Teddy Long has put himself in a win-win situation.
All right, here we go. Let's do it.
The battle for brand supremacy begins. And it's the Raw women that come out on top.
Yeah, I think we said Melina and Beth would be the
last two remaining on the Raw side.
On the Raw side. Beth Phoenix.
They have to go 2-on-2 with Nat and Candice, who, despite their high level of wrestling, both of them, honestly, we're a little surprised by how good Candice is when she's pushed to the limit. But Nat and Candice just don't like each other. And while neither do Beth and Melina, there's this sort of competitive respect that melds them together, whereas Candice Michelle has no competitive respect. Candice Michelle doesn't give a shit, and so as soon as this starts to go south, she's immediately like, fuck this, and she completely loses cohesion with Nat Hart. And as good as Nat is, she can't compete against two of the best of the last generation.
Yep, Melina and Beth figure it out. Team Raw wins the day.
Teddy Long is delighted. Holla, holla, players!
Hell yeah. And
them's my girls.
All we're stuck with left now is our main event.
Stuck with? Good sir, we're not stuck with anything. We can look forward to Hell in a Cell. Batista, Undertaker, one last time inside the Devil's Playground. These two are going to settle the score. The door will be locked. Two giants of professional wrestling enter. One man walks out, World Heavyweight Champion. It's the match of the year. It's the big one. It's the rubber match, the finale, the Clash of Titans, the one we've all been looking forward to. Who's coming out on top? Who's ending 2007 the world's champion?
Yeah, can Big Dave keep his promise or not? Let's see.
He's entering first. He chose to enter first, to stare down the Undertaker and show the world that he is not intimidated. And that's exactly what he does. However, looking into his eyes a little, looking into Batista's eyes as Taker enters, is that a hint of doubt? Is that a hint of fear as the Undertaker walks into the cell, reaches behind him and slams the cell door shut? Batista, has he bit off more than he can chew? Has he talked too big of a game? It's the rivalry of a decade. It's SmackDown's biggest ever main event. The Undertaker versus Batista, one last time inside Hell in a Cell. Who's coming out? Who's ruling the yard? Who's the big dog? It's Dave. It's Batista as he becomes the first man since Kane to kick out of the tombstone pile driver as the audience gasps with shock. We zoom in on an exasperated Undertaker who looks into the camera and thinks, what do I have to do to put Batista down? The story of the year has been these two men being unable to finish the other one off, throwing absolutely everything at each other, but being unable to get over that line. We saw it in Last Man Standing. We saw it inside the steel cage. Chavo Guerrero gave us a break from that rivalry. But we came back, and it's the exact same story as the spring. These two men, they go to war. They give each other everything. They bring the best out of each other. And Batista kicked out of a tombstone pile driver. There is nobody in this business with as much heart and as much fight as Batista. And he holds in there in a grueling clash with The Undertaker, where these two men take years off each other's career. But in the end, Batista summons the strength. Spinebuster on the steel steps. He shakes the ropes. San Jose builds. And he takes a deep breath as he lifts Taker up, and he finally slams him down for a Batista bomb. The rivalry he has spent all year fighting. The one win that has eluded him. Finally, at his show, at Survivor Series, he does it again. He wins, he survives Hell in a Cell, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Batista.
My God. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Who are we talking to here?
I'm going to say Batista, Rey, and Chavo.
Yep, I love it. Those are the guys.
Taker knows how much we rate him. We don't need to tell him.
I'm hugging everyone.
Group hug.
Group hug. The gang. Hey, who's that guy?
I recognize that guy.
Strange.
Huh.
Anyways. Yeah, there's Survivor Series, folks. We did it.
We did it.
We did it. I should throw up the... Oh, what the hell are these things? I know that.
Mr. Kennedy has an opinion.
Fuck you. That's so great. Holy shit. Hold on, I need a fucking picture of that. Hold on.
Yep.
Can I not get a picture of that? Does print screen not work while I'm here? Okay, yeah, it does. Cool.
Not while you're clicked inside the game, I believe.
I'm like, let me grab that, because that's funny as hell. Thanks, Mark Henry.
Nice. The world is watching.
No, I'm not sure what this will be.
Sure, it's just a contract you've been signing.
No, it's not. No, it is not. Oh, it's just weed.
I know. But every time we do this, people get annoyed. Okay. Jeff is clearly showing no inclination to stop getting caught.
Yeah.
So, and if we continue to find him, that just brings the whole locker room down. So let's take him aside in a very stern tone, say that he's not to tell anybody, and he's to stop getting caught, but also don't tell anyone that he got caught.
Yep, okay, I like it.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Fair enough.
We're enabling him.
Yep, fair enough. Let me throw our credits up there on the screen. Where are they here? There they are. Yeah, so if you want to get on this, which tier is the credits one?
I believe it's any. No, it can't be any.
It's not any tier. It's if you subscribed at any point to whichever tier it is.
Must be tier 3, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it is our highest tier. If you've subscribed to tier 3 at any point, you're going to get on this list. You're going to stay on this list.
Yep.
I hope it's up to date.
It will. It should be. I almost always send you when we get.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as I haven't fucked that up.
Thank you to all those people.
Yeah.
For your.
Thank you very much.
Support over the years. I have a thing before. Do you have anything else, or because I wanted to ask the audience something before we leave off?
Yeah. No. Go right ahead.
And I'm going to ask this again, I think, in the next episode, but I just want to do it here as well. Me and Tucker have been talking on the VODs lately about how happy we are with the SNME era, and how that's helped our product. However, and I don't know if Tucker would agree with this, I think it's made some of the YouTube content a little awkward. I think that sometimes you guys are like missing out on more stuff than you used to because we now have a more like fluid product and it flows a lot better. That means when you guys are getting like little snippets of it, you're getting a little bit less. When previously we were uploading all the pay-per-views, we were building to all of the YouTube shows. So you were seeing all of the like finale stuff. Whereas now we're just sort of occasionally letting you in on what's like it's a product that benefits from watching every week now, which is good because I think that's a better product. But it means you're seeing a little bit less of the good stuff. I still think these big 4 pay-per-views are honestly better than ever. But I don't know. I guess I'm looking for feedback on how you guys think we might improve the distribution on YouTube on Tucker's channel. Because while I think the SNME stuff's been a benefit for the product, I don't necessarily think in our current format we're capturing the best of it. So I guess I'm just looking for feedback.
Yeah, it's a good call. Cool. Yeah. Blue Demon Jr. 2. I just thought that was funny. I just saw that. I was like, wow, that's a wacky name.
It's a very high-def picture as well. He's staring into my soul.
Oh my god, he is. Get away from me. Oh my god.
He's a demon.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Probably a December SNME of some kind.
Yeah, we'll probably do Tribute to the Troops because
good call.
Yeah, there's a lot of big stuff planned for that one.
Right on. We'll see you there. For myself, for Puddy, for Blue Demon Jr. 2. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Goodbye.